I'm live at LA mayoral candidate Karen Bass's rally, where Senator Bernie Sanders is expected to speak. I'll have more on the story shortly.
We explore the impact of campaign funds and the link between the two candidates' wallets and airtime.
And we look at each candidate's ties to the University of Southern California, as well as talk to students about which issues are important to them. See It Live starts now. Tonight, we will be looking in depth at each candidate as the mayoral election creeps closer. Hi, I'm Eric Ye.
And I'm Avery Goodman. As the race for LA heats up, Bernie Sanders is joining Congresswoman Karen Bass tonight to rally supporters before Election Day. Our reporter Bella Durgan-Johnson is there live. Bella, what can you tell us?
Good evening. I'm here live in Playa Vista, where Karen Bass is having a rally. The rally is called Bernie for Bass, and it's featuring a special guest. You guessed it, it's Bernie Sanders. Sanders officially endorsed Bass's campaign back in the beginning of October because she is going to, quote, put the priorities of working people first. The rally is being hosted by California Working Families Party, otherwise known as CAWFP, at the Central Park Bandshell. Supporters of candidate Karen Bass are already gathering and getting ready for the event to start. Both LA mayoral candidate Bass and Senator Bernie Sanders will be speaking tonight. I had this pleasure of speaking with an attendee of the event.
I wanted to be out here to obviously support Karen Bass. We're, a handful of days before the election. It's a really contentious election, and I'm really excited to see, hopefully, LA's first black female mayor get elected. The issues that are being decided on today impacts us directly and for the rest of our life, so I think we should have a say in it.
This event is one of many that Bass will be attending in the final days leading up to the midterm election. This weekend, she will be in South LA, Koreatown, and Echo Park. Make sure that if you're voting by mail, you get your votes in and timestamped by 8 p.m. on November 8th. This Saturday, voting centers will also be opening up. That's all. I am Bella Durgan-Johnson for Annenberg Media.
Thanks, Bella. With the midterm elections just 12 days away, the race for LA's next mayor is a tight one. To help understand the candidates better, here's a look at developer Rick Caruso and Representative Karen Bass. Rick Caruso went to USC for undergrad and Pepperdine for law school. He is a real estate developer who has built his own firm and has built shopping malls and apartments in Southern California. We spoke with a politics professor about Caruso's background.
He got himself appointed to the LA Department of Water board that oversees it. And then he later was on the police commission, right? And he was also on the Coliseum Commission, which I don't think he's unique. He's part of a mold, which is extremely rich people thinking that their success in business gives them the chance to become successful in politics.
Karen Bass attended USC in 2015 for her master's in social work. She is currently serving her 6th term representing the 37th Congressional District. We spoke with the professor of social welfare about Bass's work as a politician and the way it might affect voters at the polls.
Karen Bass has a long history of being rooted in the community, founding Community Coalition. She also does have an MSW and has been a champion for foster youth. Her background helps her a lot connecting with the community and definitely with grassroots movements and with people who want to see our city offer more services to folks in need.
President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris have endorsed Karen Bass. Celebrities Elon Musk and Kim Kardashian have voiced support for Rick Caruso. Governor Gavin Newsom and current LA Mayor Eric Garcetti have not endorsed either candidate.
Both mayoral candidates have ties to USC. A USC professor says these connections have sparked unique controversies for Caruso and Bass.
It's fairly unusual to see a university end up as the center of an attack in any political campaign. To see it at the middle of attacks from both sides toward their respective opponents is pretty unprecedented. That said, it's entirely possible that these two controversies cancel each other out. In both cases, a candidate is being accused of suspect behavior. In neither case is there absolute proof or evidence. And because they're coming from both different directions, I wouldn't be surprised at all if the two canceled each other out and the arguments that the two candidates were making on other matters ended up carrying the day.
Caruso serves as the chairman of the board of trustees at the universities during several scandals, including the Varsity Blues scandal and the USC gynecologist scandal. He stepped down once he announced his candidacy for mayor.
Bass received her master's degree in social work at USC in 2015. She was accused of accepting a $95,000 scholarship from the dean of the school without any formal application. The dean later pled guilty in a federal bribery case involving LA County Supervisor Mark Ridley Thomas.
This afternoon, we asked students what issues they are most concerned about and how they hope to see the candidates address them.
I would love to see the police force supported, where our crime could come down and really we could feel safe as a community.
Traffic problem in LA and how it doesn't matter what time of the day it is, even into midnight, there's always a bunch of cars, and I think that really takes up a bunch of people's time and a large portion of their life that they can be doing other things, but they're stuck in traffic, and I think that's a problem that should be addressed.
I would like to see if you were to provide them with housing, sufficient food, and other resources that they could utilize to get off of the streets.
With every election season comes a wave of...
We know he was a registered Republican for decades.
The nearly $100,000 scholarship Bass received is, quote, critical to prosecutors' bribery case.
With every election season comes a wave of campaign ads. As the race tightens, both Rick Caruso and Representative Bass are spending millions to spread their message and secure the vote.
Millions indeed, Avery. So far, Bass has spent $8 million on ads, while Caruso has spent even more, dumping $88 million into his campaign. That's 11 times more than Bass. Political experts say all that spending may be the reason Caruso has gained on Bass in recent polls.
Money is always an advantage. It's true for people's lives, and it's certainly true in politics. It is not always the number one factor, but it is a hugely influential factor. If you can buy your way to visibility for voters who don't know who you are, they've never heard your name before, and now they can associate you with positive things and positive changes in their own lives, that's a huge advantage.
The mayor's job is not an easy one. A veteran Los Angeles politician says navigating the bureaucracy is key to success in getting things done.
The mayor's job is not an ideological job. It's a CEO job in a way. It's a chairman of the board job of getting stuff done, whether it's building housing, whether it's improving public safety, whether it's building parks, paving the streets, building a transportation system. Now the question is, one of them is going to be the mayor, not both of them. So which one of them, or maybe both of them, have the potential to walk in and seize the moment?
When it comes to goals, Caruso says his include ending street homelessness by building 30,000 interim homes, improving public safety by adding 1,500 police officers to the streets, and building new affordable homes. As for Bass, she says her goal as mayor include criminal justice reform, tackling high housing costs, the climate crisis, homelessness, schools, and affordable health care. The new mayor of Los Angeles will lead the second largest city in the United States. The winning candidate will manage a city budget of more than $11 billion and oversee California's 37th district. The city of Los Angeles is home to nearly 4 million people. The mayor works with the leaders of the 15 council districts that make up the city.
As part of the job, the mayor can appoint and remove the heads of major departments in the city. Crucial appointees are the LAPD police chief and the LA fire chief. Additional appointees include commissioners and city officials. The mayor can also declare a state of local emergency, assume the role of director of emergency operations, and pull money from disaster relief funds. If Karen Bass wins the election, Los Angeles would have its first ever female mayor. The executive director of a feminist campaign group talked about the importance of women in leadership.
This seat is a very important seat for millions of women in Los Angeles. So we're here today for Karen Bass because we know that she will protect women, she will keep women of LA safe, and we couldn't be more proud to support her.
This is just a really pivotal time, especially with the elections coming up, because that whoever is in office and whoever is confirmed or newly voted in can change the trajectory of what the future of California looks like. I think it's a positive sign for the city, and it's kind of just one of the stepping stones on a road to a more progressive and inclusive kind of political culture in Los Angeles.
Bass has focused her campaign on women's rights earlier this month. She attended an event supporting pro-choice activists in Boyle Heights. If elected, she would become LA's first female mayor.
A new national poll by the Institute of Politics at Harvard Kennedy School found that 40% of 18 to 29-year-olds say they plan to vote. For students looking to vote, here are the closest polling locations near SC. The yellow pins on the map are drop-box locations only. The USC Village is the closest for most students and is located right by Target and Trader Joe's. The green pins on the map are in-person voting and ballot drop-off locations. One of the closest locations is at Vermont Avenue Elementary School.
For live election coverage, tune into Annenberg Media's YouTube on Tuesday, November 8th for a special election night broadcast.
Avery, do you have any plans for election night?
I'll actually be here doing live reporting.
I will too, so you're definitely going to want to tune in on November 8th. Thanks for watching See It Live. From everyone at Annenberg Media, I'm Eric Ye.
And I'm Avery Goodman. For more coverage, watch and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Annenberg Media. Good night.